I have to say, we have the ability to do anything we want in this business. Anything. I'm going to talk to you guys today about the stoplight. I know. You're thinking to yourself, what in the world? Why are we talking about a stoplight? Here's the thing. Mindset is huge, right? Obviously, we're talking about this for our business, but this could go for outside of business as well. But the story that we tell ourselves when things happen is the story that we believe. And that is what becomes our mindset. And we tend to base all of our actions and reactions and emotions and everything else all around what happens. All right, so what's the red stoplight? So you've got the traffic, right? I want you to picture, like literally picture the traffic signal, right? Red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green, okay? We've all seen them. The red light is what is standing for that negative or worst case scenario outcome. Have you ever hit a red light? I have many, many times. And some days it's like I hit all the red lights. But the red light is simply your mindset, right? So let's think about maybe you have sponsored a new team member and that new team member hasn't done anything with their business, like nothing. Red light. Because what happens? What is the story that you tell yourself in your mind, right? Or in your head? You tell yourself, well, it's my job. It's my job to make them successful with this business. And I couldn't do that. Obviously, I'm not good at being a leader. I don't have any business being a leader. I'm just not good at this. I automatically jump to, it's all about me, right? All about me. I'm the one who messed everything up. I'm the one who got it wrong. I'm the one who didn't do something right, because obviously that's why they did not be successful. Are you kidding me? Let me tell you right now, that negative self-talk, that fear, that inability to do something is that red light. It's that red light staring at you. And a lot of times that red light comes when we haven't even done anything yet, or the outcome hasn't even happened yet. And we automatically just see that red light. And no, that's not going to work. And this is why it's not going to work. So I'm not even going to try it. So we avoid the red light altogether. We avoid the whole intersection and take a detour, right? All the red light is the worst case scenario that we have told ourselves in our head. Because here's the reality of it, friends. When someone joins your team, if you are not having conversations with them when they join, then you are missing the boat. That is something, that is a step rather that you need to start taking in your business when you sponsor someone, because I've seen it so many times. People join their team. They get very excited when somebody joins, right? They get that join email, or their sponsor, whoever, their upline reaches out to them and says, congratulations on your new team member. How exciting. You're growing your team. Way to grow. This is awesome. And you never even have a conversation with that person after they join. Maybe you had one before they joined, but maybe they join and you're like, oh, okay, let me tell them where all the Facebook groups are. So you put them in all the Facebook groups and you're like, here you go check out this Facebook group. Here's a couple trainings. Oh yeah, here's my favorite book. This book is awesome. Gonna get a lot of things out of it. I know I did. So here you go. Let's go. All right, you got this. And your new team member is sitting there like, whoa, everything is happening all at once. When I joined Scentsy almost 10 years ago, I will tell you that we didn't have all of the resources that we do today. And yes, while that did kind of suck for me, I also had to make that work. But I will also say that if I had all the resources that we have today, and I was just starting today, if I were to take a look at the Facebook group from outside of being a consultant, right, at all, and looking at it for the very first time, that Facebook group is pretty damn intimidating. Let me tell you right now. You got people talking about how do I find a dish, and my party flopped. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do this thing, and I don't know how to work that program. And what do we do about the pre-orders that are happening? And does anybody have a project broadcast template for this and this? And has anybody filled out a Google form? And where do I need to go to find that? Your new team member is looking at all of this, and all of it is just like gibberish. And they instantly are seeing a red light because they're instantly telling themselves, wow, there's a whole lot of stuff happening here that I know nothing about. Maybe this is not as easy as just selling warmers and wax like I thought it was going to be, because I didn't sign up for all this. Maybe that's what happened. Or maybe they joined, but they really only joined because maybe they just wanted to get the starter kit. Maybe they just want to do this as a hobby and just kind of do it when they feel like it, kind of a thing. They don't really have a goal. They don't really have a reason for doing it. They just really like Scentsy, or thought it would be fun and want to make new friends and want something to do while the kids go back to school. And all that's great. And all that is perfectly fine. And that's awesome. And that's what Scentsy is here for a lot of people for, right? So why did I tell the story in my head? Why did I tell myself that it was me who screwed everything up, and I'm the reason that they're not working their business, and I'm the reason that they don't look successful to me, right? Why did I do that? Because I saw a red light and I instantly jumped to that worst case scenario. Instantly. So we have to stop ourselves from that red light. We have to get that red light to change to a green light. Because a green light is going to be the positive, the affirmation of how you're going to get through this, why it is going this way, and what I can do to change it, or what I can do to help this outcome and make it great. So that green light would be, it's not my job to determine somebody else's success. That is not my job. If I really am honest with myself, they have the same opportunity as I did when I joined. I started with a kit. And I want to say a dream, but honestly, I didn't start with a dream. Like, I started as a hobby. Okay, honestly, I was the hobby person. Totally was. Did not consider myself being a good fit to sell Scentsy because I wasn't a salesperson. I told myself that for like 2 years. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not a salesperson. And so I believed that. And so I always thought when it came to sales, like, oh, I'm not a salesperson. I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm not good at that stuff. I'm not good at that. Told myself the whole worst scenario, right, in my head. But if I can find a way around that, they can too. And throwing them into a Facebook group and throwing them links to videos and books and what have you is not going to make or break somebody's success. What is going to make or break someone's success or ability to really jump and run with this business is their mindset. Just like we have our mindset, they have their own. So when you have someone starting or joining your team, you need to have an initial conversation with, why did you join Scentsy? You have to dig into finding out what their why is. Is it a hobby? Is this looking for a side income, right? Maybe they want to pay off that credit card debt. Maybe they've They want to be able to bring in more money to the household as a whole, right? Like groceries are a thing, right? Hello. Prices are just going crazy everywhere right now, okay? Even the price of gas is insane. Price of milk has gone up, and I don't understand why, but it has. So our daily costs of just living have increased. So you are starting to see more and more people who they may have a job, like a true job, right? Traditional job that just isn't cutting it anymore, or their hours have been cut, or they've been doing cutbacks and they're probably going to be let go, or what have you. And so being able to add on and have a side income where they don't have to necessarily even leave the house to do it. These side gigs, these direct sales, these side hustles, whatever people want to call them, that's why people are doing this. Why do you think people do DoorDash and Uber? Why do you think that? Honestly, it's the same thing. It's to be able to have that side income on your own terms. Just like if you're doing DoorDash, right? You get to decide when you're going to go do DoorDash. DoorDash doesn't call you and say, hey, between 1 and 4, you need to be available. No, you decide when you're available, right? You are also deciding when you're available for your side hustle or your Scentsy business, just like that. So you are going to see more and more people joining our type of a business because we have the potential to give them what they need, the flexibility, the work-life balance, right? Because again, they get to decide when and how much they work. All of these things are things that are going to be attractive to people joining. And the last thing that you want to do is have someone join you and feel so overwhelmed and intimidated by everything happening that they immediately talk themselves out of the opportunity and literally will fade away into the background. I've seen it. I've had it happen to team members on my team. And while I'd like to think that, oh, I can save everybody, I can't save everybody. So we can't be relying on Facebook groups and videos and everything else to teach our team members and get them ready for this business. We need to be having relationships and talking with the people who are joining our team. And for some of you, this may be outside of your comfort zone. It was for me for a while, right? I know it might sound crazy because I make a lot of YouTube videos and I go live and I do a lot of things on social media, right? But here's the real deal. If you didn't already know this about me, I am an introvert. I am. And so it took me building up to the fact to have those conversations with people joining my team. And I will tell you, there were a lot of people, maybe still, who have joined my team that I didn't have a conversation with because either I got in my own way, or I got too carried away, or I was focusing on creating a system and plugging them into a system that I took all the personality and relationship out of it. So don't let that happen to you. Learn from my mistakes. Okay, learn from my mistakes and recognize patterns. Have those conversations because you can be anything that you want to be in this business. You have the ability to be as whatever success is to you, you have the ability to be as successful as you want in this business. And you guys, let me tell you, this business, oh my gosh, the community, the friendships, the bonds that I've built with people in this business are priceless. Plus what it does for my family. This is now my full-time job. Do you think that I started out all those years ago when I was telling myself I'm not a salesperson that I would be doing this full-time someday? No. This is the last place I would have told you that I'd be, because I had a career in corporate America, but corporate America, unfortunately, things happen, right? They outsourced me. And so I had a couple of decisions. Do I go back into management in corporate America and start all over, either at another company or within the same company, but in a different role? And what do I do at this point? Or do I push myself and try and work hard on building what I already have right here? Spoiler alert, that's what I did. So I had to learn how to do a lot of things. And while it might sound very romantic and dreamy and everything else to be able to say, I run my own business, I work from home, let me tell you right now, it is not something that comes easily. It takes dedication, it takes intention, and it takes discipline and consistency. For the first 2 weeks, when I was working my business full time, this was my full time job. I will tell you, I was like, oh, I got so many things I want to do. I want to do this, I want to do that. This is going to be fantastic. You know what I ended up doing? I watched a whole lot of TV, played a whole lot of Candy Crush. And I soon realized this is not how I'm going to make money. This is not me pushing myself to my fullest, right? For me personally, I thrive in structure. So I had to create structure for myself. I had to sit down and give myself a schedule. And that's how I found discipline. And that's how I was able to find consistency within my business. And that's how I was able to balance time between my business and working with my team members and having conversations with people who want to join and doing parties and doing all of the things. Because it looks really easy from the outside, but when you're in it, it can be overwhelming. So one thing that I will always suggest is to give yourself, first of all, give yourself grace, because this business is hard. If somebody tells you it's easy, then I'm sorry, but they are sugarcoating it, because it does take work to make this business work. Watching Netflix is not going to build you a business. Showing up to trainings, having conversations, booking parties, following up with customers, working with your team members, those are the things that are going to build a business. You're still your own boss though, right? You get to decide how much energy you put in, how much time you dedicate to it, and how much time you really do have to put towards it. Because let me tell you this right now, I don't care if you only have 30 minutes a day. If you spend those 30 minutes a day working on your business intentionally and consistently and with focus, then you're going to still see results. Because social media can do a whole lot for us, right? It can automate a whole lot of things for us. It can automate posts for us. We can have, marketing out there working 24/7, right? Social media is working 24/7 for us. But we also have to be a factor in that, right? Because we can't just sit back and wait for all the people to come running to buy Scentsy or to come running and join our team. We have to have the conversations. And if you let the red lights start to affect you and slow you down and stop you in your tracks, then you're going to lose that momentum. You're going to lose that consistency. And worse, you're going to tell yourself, I'm not capable of doing this. I'm not good enough. I'm not a good leader. I'm not good at this business. And that's a lie. Stop letting the red lights get you, because you have to have the mindset of saying, I can pivot, I can change, I can do something different, I can work through this. Just because they don't want this business doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't. So I need to have a conversation. And yeah, it might be hard for you to have that conversation because maybe that's just not, something you're used to doing. But once you start to have these conversations, you are going to feel your superpower coming into light. Just like Iron Man, when his chest glows, right? Psh, you're going to have that effect because you're going to feel in control of what is happening in your business. When you start having conversations, when you start building relationships with your customers, you have to have those conversations. And in order for your business to grow, and in order for you to be able to do these things, you have to believe that you can do these things. I can believe in you all day long. But if you don't believe it, then it means nothing. If you're looking at a red light, you need to change that light to green. How can I get around this? How can I push myself through this? You got to be scrappy, right? I'm going on 10 years of working in this business, and I can tell you, I have gone through thousands of different systems and different ways to communicate and different apps and different ways of working my business and keeping up with my team and all the things. And I found 1,001 things that did not work, but it's how many times that I found something that did work that really counts. And that maybe only be like a handful of times. But when it works is what you stick with. And what works for me may not work for you, may not work for him, may not work for her. All of us have a different work mindset. All of us have different time that we can commit to our business. You have to build your business around your life, first and foremost. First and foremost, yes, I do this business full time. I work from home, right? But my family comes first. And I will tell you that even Heidi and Orville will tell you that your family comes first and then your business. Okay. So if you've had that backwards, then this is your sign to change that. And then you figure out, how much time am I dedicating to my business? And then how am I going to allocate that time intentionally? Because that red light that keeps showing up, that keeps telling me, you're not going to hit that $2,000 in sales. You're not going to hit that this month. You're not going to do it. You're not that good. You're not going to be able to get those sales. I got to find that green light. I got to go through that. And that's a battle that's done up here. Because when I start telling myself I can, and I'm going to try this, and I'm going to try that, guys, we have 100 and thousands of different ways and reasons and apps and programs and everything else to help us work these businesses. Find the ones that work for you and be consistent with them. And then allocate your time intentionally into working that business. Intention is huge. So stop letting the red lights get in your way. Look for the green lights. And if you don't see a green light, make one. Change your mindset, change your business. Show up for the trainings. Dial yourself into your team. Have conversations. Build relationships with your customers. Your VIP group should be a place for relationship building. It should only be filled with your customers and or potential team members. If you have other people in there, kick them out. And if all you're doing is selling to your VIP page, then you're missing the boat, because all they're going to do is see a big ad on your VIP page. And does anybody want to be sold to all the time? No. They also want to get to know you. So let your customers and your future team members get to know you. Share fun facts about yourself. Engage with them. Ask them questions. Don't let it only be about Scentsy all of the time. You have to be able to create connections, and creating connections is going to come from building relationships and having conversations. And pretty soon you're going to have customers who are going to love you. And you're going to have people who maybe have been customers who are like, maybe I'll give this business a try. So Watch for the red lights, learn how to change those red lights to green. Keep your mindset, focus, be intentional with how you spend your time working your business. Surround yourself with the people who are like minded and never be the smartest person in the room. This is how you grow a strong business. And this is how you can succeed in anything you set your mind out to. Have a great day, guys.